यशोदानन्दन
Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Saranaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Astotra Siddha Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Granthara Shrimadbhagavatam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Vavati-uttama sloke
Bhaktir-bhavati naistiki
Bhaktir-bhavati naistiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Nanda Gopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Darshan Mandir, Shrimadbhagavatam book reading. We are reading from first canto, chapter 8, prayers by Queen Kunti, text 13:9. Neyam Sobhishyate
Shobhishyate
Tatra
Tatra
Neyam Sobhishyate Tatra
Neyam Shobhishyate Tatra
Neyam Sobhishyate Tatra
Neyam Shobhishyate Tatra
Yatedanim
Yatedanim
Gadadara
Gadadara
Yatedanim Gadadara Tvatpader Ankitabati Tvatpader Ankitabati Swalakshana Vilakshitai Neyam Shobhishyate Tatra Yatedanim Gadadara Tvatpader Ankitabhati Swalakshana Vilakshitai Neyam Shobhishyate Tatra Yatedanim Gadadara Tvatpader Ankitabhati Swalakshana Vilakshitai. Please, anyone repeat.
Neyam Shobhishyate Tatra
Yatedanim Gadadara Tvatpadairankitabhati Swalakshana Vilakshitai. We will go by word by word. Not Iyam, this land of our kingdom, Shobhishyate, will appear beautiful, Tatra, then, Yatha, as it is now, Idanim, how, Gadadara, Krishna, Tvat, your Padai, by the feet, Ankita, marked, Hathi, is dazzling, Swalakshana, your own marks, Vilakshitai, by the impressions. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. O Gadadara, Krishna, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave, it will no longer be so. Please repeat. O Gadadara, Krishna, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave, it will no longer be so. Purport. There are certain particular marks on the feet of the Lord which distinguish the Lord from others. The marks of a flag, thunderbolt, an instrument to drive an elephant, umbrella, lotus, disc, etc. are on the bottom of the lotus feet. These marks are impressed upon the soft dust of the land where the Lord traverses. The land of Hastinapura was thus marked while Lord Sri Krishna was there with the Pandavas, and the kingdom of Pandavas thus flourished by such auspicious signs. Kunti Devi pointed out these distinguished features and was afraid of ill luck in the absence of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Andeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsta Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsta He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna. We are reading today from Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 40, Prayers by Queen Kunti. Once again I will go through translation. O Gadadhara, Krishna, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful, but when you leave, it will no longer be so. So here we are in prayers of Queen Kunti, which are very auspicious prayers by pure devotee like Queen Kunti. And yesterday we have seen as the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of living spirit. Similarly, if you do not look upon us, like Queen Kunti is praying to Lord Krishna, all our fame and activities along with the Pandavas and Yadus will end at once. So she is quite aware that existence of Pandavas is due to whole and soul mercy of Sri Krishna. So now she is saying like, Krishna, if you are leaving Hastinapur, which is being marked by the impressions of your feet, how would it be beautiful after you leave? So today we are gonna see 3 important sections, like first one is what is the true source of beauty, which is Krishna's presence, and the next is like the lotus feet of Krishna, the symbols which are impressed on his lotus feet, and what's their significance. And comes the Krishna consciousness, which is real security and the ultimate shelter for all of us. Yeah, and at last, like we are going to see in the presence of separation and the Vipralamba Bhava. Yeah. So starting with what is the true source of beauty? The time which the Lord has appeared in this material world, the places in which Lord has done his transcendental pastimes, those are very auspicious. Even though it is in material world, it is no less than the spiritual abode. As we seen in Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwaraka and Hastinapur, where Supreme Lord himself is present over there, and with his association and his presence, he made all that material world no less than the spiritual abode. So here Kunti Maharani is quoting that Hastinapuri's glory is not in riches but in only Krishna's presence, because she knows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then if Krishna is present, then there is no lacking of anything else for any material opulence or anything else. So the practical application is like, so without Krishna, material life is just hollow, and with him, even as slightest, simplicity nature becomes very auspicious and very wonderful. So when we in our real time day to day example, even though if a person goes in a Jai Shri Shri Radha Swami Ji Hari Shri Jagannath Jai Jai Bhadra Mai Ki Jai Jai Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. So even though if a person who is very rich, who has material opulence like beauty and strength, or else beauty or rich, partial of it, he explicitly shows off it by going in a Benz car or in a high class car and just wearing some high suits. So we don't know how that person is healthy or not. Is that person is completely what do we say, is happily enjoying this world or not? Because we may see like from external view he's going nicely, he's comfortably living in a luxurious life, but we don't know to what destination he's going, whether he's going to a hospital, whether he's going to some solving some problem or some financial problems. We don't know what the actual problem is. But when we see devotees who are dressed in traditional attire with tilak on their face, whatever problems they might facing, that won't be visible on their face or in their attitude towards others, in their behavior towards others. So devotees are peaceful and like self-satisfied because they are in association with Krishna and his devotees, and they are continuously in association with the scriptures like Shrimadbhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which relishes the true experience and true happiness in them. See, whatever they might be facing, like insecurities or some financial problems, they completely depend on Krishna. So Krishna takes care of them, as Krishna states in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Whoever takes shelter of me, I will look after their protection and overall development. So now we are gonna see what are the symbols that are being imprinted on the lotus feet of Krishna and what are their significance. So as we see in this purport, there are few symbols that are being quoted by Srila Prabhupada, which are flag, thunderbolt, instrument to drive an elephant, umbrella, lotus flower, this, etc. So, to be exact, there are 19 auspicious symbols that are being imprinted on, that are present on the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. 11 are on his right foot and 8 are on his left foot, which are as follows. So, on right foot, starting with barley corn, or we say yava, his feet are the true nourishment of all souls. By sheltering there, the endless journey of birth and death becomes as significant as grain. And next symbol comes is the disc or chakra, which resembles the cutting down of the 6 enemies of the heart, which are lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and bewilderment. And the next symbol is upward curving line, which signifies upliftment. Those who cling to his feet rise beyond material bondage. So this curving line resembles the support that we take if we take the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. We can get out of this material bondage through the curving line symbol. Then the lotus, which is called Padma, is a symbol of beauty and purity. The hearts of devotees bloom like lotuses when they are offered at his feet. Then comes gourd or ankusha, which resembles his feet, guide and discipline the mind. Like an elephant driver keeps an elephant under his control, this ankusha keeps our mind disciplined and focused on the lotus feet of Lord. Then comes the flag or dvaja, which assures the protection, and his feet announce safety and victory for the devotees. So many devotees take shelter of this lotus feet of Krishna, and one of the reasons is they feel very safe and they feel very assured of taking the shelter. Because whatever shelter we take, like whomever we take shelter, we have a deep trust over them, and we can ensure like whatever it may happen for us, they will be taking care for them. They will take care for us. So that's the reason we take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And next comes thunderbolt, which is Vajra, which smashes the mountains of sinful reactions that are being accumulated for years and years. Life, like millions of births, we may have committed many the sinful reactions. If we take the shelter of this lotus feet, the thunderbolt which is present on the lotus feet of Krishna smashes the sinful reactions which are almost equal to the Meru mountains, which is the highest mountain cliff. So next comes the umbrella or chhatra, which gives the shelter from material miseries, which is as held as Govardhana hill to protect Vrajavasis during severe storms caused by Lord Indra, demigod Indra, due to his envy towards the sacrifice offered to Govardhana hill. And comes the octagon, which gives the protection in all 8 directions, which octagon usually is of 8-sided, so it gives protection from all 8 directions, like directions and sub-directions. And nothing is unattainable for one sheltered at his feet. And then comes swastik symbol, which is, we all know, which is all auspiciousness. No misfortune can touch those who are devoted to his lotus feet. And then comes rose apple or Jambufala, in which his feet are the worshipable object for all beings in Jambudvipa, our earthly realm. These are the symbols that have been imprinted on his right foot, like Supreme Lord's right lotus foot. And then now coming to left foot, which consists of 8 marks, namely starting with conch or shanka. This resembles his feet resound victory and rescue devotees from distress and material calamities. Just as Ganga flows from his foot, his feet purify everything that comes under his shelter. Then the sky, Akasha, which is all pervading, unattached. And his feet are everywhere, but yet those are transcendental. Those are not affected by any material influences of material modes of nature, which are aloof from those. And comes the Bho or Dhanus. Devotees fixed on his feet never fell back. Their hearts overflow with prema like an arrow hitting the target, which is a very precise. How we know how an arrow hits the target very precisely. So devotees also who fix their heart on the lotus feet, in their hearts the Krishna prema will overflow. And then comes calf's hoof print, the vast ocean of samsara or gospath. Samsara strings to the size of hoof print, easily crossed by his mercy. We also have this verse in Shrimadbhagavatam. Samashritaya padapallavaplamam yat padam with yasho murare bhavam budir bhakta vatsa padam yat vipadanatis. So one can not cross this material ocean, but who has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, though uncrossable, like unlimited material ocean just shrinks to the calf's footprint, which is very, very, very small and can be easily crossed by the devotees. And then comes triangle or trikona. His feet are the refugee beyond the three gunas, three worlds, and threefold miseries. We all know like three gunas, like three modes of material nature, which are mode of goodness, sattva-guna, mode of passion, rajoguna, mode of ignorance, tamoguna, and three worlds, upper planetary systems, lower planetary systems, and middle, and threefold miseries, the kleshas, adi daivik klesha, adi bhautik klesha, adi atmik kleshas. And the pitcher, then next comes the pitcher kalasha, which is the source of ambrosia and Ganga. His feet pour nectar into the hearts of devotees who have taken shelter of those lotus feet. And then comes the half moon, Ardhachandra, which is like the moon's cooling rays. His feet soothe the burning miseries of our life. Even in our Sikshastaka, it is the first sloka in Sikshastaka, Cheto Darpanam Anjanam, Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. So these material suffering, material miseries are compared to the forest fires, which are widespread and cannot be stopped by simple acts like pouring some water on. So Guru, or like whoever takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet or Guru, Guru has his mercy showered like rain, such that the material miseries will be completely vanquished, and whoever takes shelter of Krishna, then slowly love towards Krishna and attachment to his lotus feet is being built. And then the last symbol on the lotus feet of Krishna is the fish or Matsya. Just as fish cannot live without water, devotees cannot live without the lotus feet of Krishna. It also recalls his Matsyavatara, saving devotees from the cosmic flood. So the significance is like each mark is a divine assurance. If we see, each and every symbol has a unique significance, and the common feature is like every symbol assures the protection as well as the shelter under the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and also every symbol resembling the protection for his devotees. So ultimately, whoever takes shelter of his lotus feet of Supreme Lord Krishna has need not worry about anything else. Just they can simply render their devotional service onto Guru and Krishna. So Krishna can declare like, yeah, come to my feet, all your fears will end. Your karma will be destroyed and your heart will bloom with divine love. He even says in Bhagavad Gita, in the last sloka, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami masucha. Just abandon all varieties of religion. Just surrender unto me. I will give you protection from all the sinful reactions of yours, which you have been committing from millions of lives. So this is the reason why devotees meditate on the Lord's lotus feet. In separation, just remembering these marks gives a shelter. So it is very advisable for us to constantly meditate upon the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, because we have seen the various symbols which gives the ultimate protection to us. So what else do we have to require in this material world, which like we may think like if we invest in one thing that gives us enormous return of investments, so then obviously everyone will try to invest in that. So the investment which gives us ultimate protection is the sincere surrender to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So Queen Kunti's prayer is not a poetic imagination. The ground of Hastinapura was literally sanctified by these marks. And today, even if we cannot see them in the dust, we can imprint them on our hearts through remembrance, meditation, and chanting. Then we're gonna see Krishna consciousness, which is real security and shelter. So, I would like to quote this analogy to explain how karma is very strict on each and every living entity. We may consider the case of a small child or a baby who don't know how painful it is when he places his finger in the fire. As he sees the light, he was very much attracted to it and he want to play with it. So one day, if the child goes to the fire by a small candle even, and if he places finger at the point where the finger will get slightly heated up, so then once if he gets the heat up, he will get to know that the hands are being burned. So then next time he will not be dare enough to go near it. So one may question like, see, the baby don't know anything, but even though if you know or don't know, whatever the action which you have committed has the reaction to it. As we see in the case of baby, even though the baby don't know, it's just thought some light, that's a playing tool. So he just attempted to play with it, the light. So then the baby got immediately hurt. So this karma in the material modes are also very strict. Even though if you know or don't know, out of ignorance or out of knowing or unknowingly, if you have committed some actions, then you will be having the seed of the karma in your account, and the day comes when it fructifies and you have to face the results. It might be good or it might be bad, but eventually there will be one day on which you have to face the consequences or results of it. So only then one may question how to get rid of this, like good or bad. So only Krishna can absolve us. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami. So he assures you that he can protect us from all sinful reactions and he gives the ultimate protection. And today we have seen that his lotus feet are compared to a boat crossing the ocean of material suffering. And chanting his name is equal to holding on to those feet for safety. So when we are drowning in the ocean, we seek the help of some object which makes us to get out of those drowning. So the ultimate shelter is like Supreme Lord's lotus feet, which gives the protection from not only this world but all the sufferings and all the reactions that we have committed from many births. So the lesson to take in this section is like, we need to keep Krishna in the center, and we must engage in all our activities by keeping Krishna in center. Krishna-centric activities are to be engaged as much as possible. So one may question like, how can we engage in Krishna conscious by having a home or by having a vehicle or by doing a job? So by doing an occupation, you will be getting some Lakshmi as a salary or a wage. So that Lakshmi or wage that you've been acquired, you don't know the source, how authentic the source is, how pure the Lakshmi that you are being acquired, like, because the employer or someone who gives you the salary, the wealth might not be that pure, and they might not be acquiring that purely. So what you can do is like, you can spend that money in charity or in the service of temples or in the service of devotees. so that the Lakshmi that you've been using is being purified. And one more question, I am very much fond of cars, like I have a car, so how can I use that in service of Krishna? So you can use that in service of devotees, like helping devotees in getting to some events or temples or some public places for Krishna conscious activities, such that your vehicle is also engaged in Krishna consciousness. And then one question, like how householder, like how a house can be engaged. So you can invite the Vaishnavas, saintly people, to your house and engage them to have some programs. And you can invite all your friends and relatives and some new people as well, so that they can be inspired by your hospitality and the divine Krishna consciousness activities, such that they may take the process seriously and they may eventually become a pure devotee, so that you are helping a soul reaching the Krishna by some means, like you are engaging your house in that service. So next we are gonna see the presence in separation, the Vipravalamba Bhava. Here Queen Kunti fears Lord, when Supreme Lord Sri Krishna departs, his separation can she feels the separation, but in that separation one can deepen the remembrance, or one can eventually remember Krishna at all times. As we see example in gopis in Vrindavana, who lamented for Krishna when he left for Mathura in order to kill the Kamsa demon and also to properly administer the Mathura. Even if we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt the whole world empty without presence of Govinda. Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me. So without the presence of Govinda, this whole universe is just shunyam, just null or vacuum. It's just empty. It is just empty without Govinda. So here in separation, the heart clings more intensely towards Krishna. Even though we may see in our real day-to-day life, if we are loving someone, or if we are very attached to someone, if we are placed in circumstance where you are being very far from them, you will eventually try to remember them more and more when compared to the time when you are very close to them. So similarly, if we develop the attachment towards Krishna and his lotus feet, even though he is present everywhere, and here Queen Kunti, as a pure devotee of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, says like, Krishna, now you are leaving Hastinapura. So, but still, as a pure devotee, she always remembers Krishna, she thinks of Krishna, she glorifies Krishna, such that she will be always engaging in the service of, in the Navavidha Bhakti, the Smarana, always thinking and meditating upon the Supreme Lord. So here the practical application is like, even if we feel distant or longing for him, like Supreme Lord Sri Krishna purifies our devotion. Yeah. And now we are going to see like seeing Krishna everywhere, like practical meditation. As Krishna can be seen through his creation. We know like each and every living entity has Paramatma, and Krishna as Paramatma entering into living entities. So whatever we see in this nature or in our living fellow beings, human beings, animals, or plants, in everything Krishna is present. He is omnipresent. The ocean is stopping at his command. The ocean waves, everything is acting under his control. The sun and moon are resembling his eyes, and their light is his energy, which is emanating from his lotus eyes. So real meditation is seeing him everywhere, not by imagination, but through the vision of scriptures and through the Guru Parampara. Because the Shastras which we read currently, Shrimadbhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and Chaitanya Charitamrita, gives the transcendental vision to us. We can easily imagine or we can easily meditate upon the Supreme Lord through this sanctified scriptures. And a practical example in the Shrimadbhagavatam, as we're going to see in the later cantos, Amrish Maharaja, who is an incarnation of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, engaging all his senses in Krishna's service. So in this we can take away the practical application is like when one is trained, every sight, every sound and taste can remind us of him. Even when we drink water by chanting or by remembering Krishna, that brings the unique taste to that water, which you may have drink several times in several places. But if we try to meditate on the Supreme Lord and if we take that as Mahaprasad, and it will be very unique and we can feel the presence of Krishna in it. And I would like to conclude today's lecture by saying a few words and summarizing today's sloka. Queen Kunti reveals that true beauty lies in Krishna's presence, especially his lotus feet, which is marked with various symbols, which assures the protection as well as shelter. Taking the true shelter of those, we can be rest assured on Krishna. Anything and everything happens for our good cause. And the main lessons to be taken from this sloka are: Krishna's presence makes our life beautiful and auspicious, and his lotus feet with various auspicious marks give us ultimate protection and shelter. And just surrendering unto him frees us from karmic material entanglements and various sinful reactions. And in separation, our love intensifies remembrance as well as devotion. Because how much far you are if you try to remember or recall the person or meditate upon the Supreme Lord, that much intensity of love that you develop towards the Supreme Lord. So devotees don't even aspire for 5 kinds of liberation, 4 kinds of liberation, because even though they are in the material world or hell or anything, any world, any planet, hellish planets also, even if the main aim of the pure devotees is like wherever they are placed, if they are able to chant his name, holy names of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and able to meditate on him, then that place would be eventually equal to the spiritual abode for them. So by training our eyes, we can see him everywhere in every person, because in every one Paramatma is there, and we know each and every soul is the part and parcel of Krishna, and every soul is being emanated from Krishna, Mahavishnu, which is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna himself. And last analogy I would like to give is like, just as simple only zeros cannot gain any value, but when one of the digit placed just left to it, just before them, our lives like those zeros have a greater meaning. So similarly, if Krishna stands before us, our lives become truly significant or valuable. So I would like to conclude this topic today, because the lotus feet is the ultimate protection, and meditating upon this lotus feet of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna gives us enormous benefits that we can't even imagine how auspicious it might be. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Is this why we are supposed to take darshan of lotus feet first and then other hymn?
Yeah. Yes. One of the reason is like, first is we are showing respect towards Krishna, because we are not that qualified to see his lotus face or lotus body first. So that's why we start with the lotus feet first. And what to speak of us, the great devotee, Supreme Lord himself, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, says like he aspires to be at one of the atoms at the dust of the lotus feet. What to speak of our conditioned soul perspective? Like, we are very, very insignificant before him. So this is one of the reason, and it also shows the respect and gratitude towards the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna when we are first having darshan first of the lotus feet, and slowly having darshan of various other lotus parts. And it is also mentioned in Narad Pancharatrika, like how we should worship and how we should take darshan, and how we should offer our obeisances onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and other deities. So, yes, Prabhu. Hope it answered your question. Any other questions or comments? Grantaraj Shrimadbhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.